I told you it's not ready yet.
Honey, just show it to them.
And it's just bad. Like, it's like a man being raised by a mom is just bad all around, because a boy cannot model a woman's mating strategy. You know what I mean? And it's just, we just really need to give custody back to the father. And
My God, son, that's wonderful.
Oh, chat. Should we watch this? This is 191 views. 6 hours ago, Millennial Black Pill. Let's see. This is deep lore YouTube.
good morning, gentlemen. Hope you're all having a good day. It's me, Millennial Black Pill. Yeah. You know what? I've been thinking about the fact that I approached that.
Bad parenting is why we have the incel crisis and thought epidemic.
Girl yesterday at the gym.
This was in my recommended. Obviously, I love incels and the thought epidemic. Look at the guys. He's got biker gloves and he's got the up angle with the black and white.
Being black and cold approach, you have to always keep in mind that if a girl rejects you, it may not be because you're ugly. It could be because she knows it's going to ruin her name forever.
Wait. What did he say?
Good morning, gentlemen. Hope you're all having.
What did he say?
Me, Millennial Black Pill. Yeah. You know what? I've been thinking about the fact that I approached that girl yesterday at the gym. I realized I was black. See, the thing with being black and cold approach, you have to always keep in mind that if a girl rejects you, it may not be because you're ugly. It could be because she knows it's going to ruin her name forever. And she's not. You know what I mean? Like, I get it. Yeah. But I'm thinking about going back today and doing another cold approach. You know, if you're a white guy incel, y'all need to really like cold approach, because y'all, I feel like a lot of you guys just don't really cold approach. I mean, it can.
What is he cooking? So he's a black incel? Is that what's happening? I have to know where this is going, chat. Is he pro-incel? Is he anti-incel? Also, he said the cold approach. And there's no world in this... volume up? Okay. There's no world where this man might not... Like the woman might just not have been interested in him. Is that possible? Or like no, like okay.
It can be embarrassing. I'm not gonna lie. Like when I had to walk back and act like I was a little bit down after she like told me she had a boyfriend. I was like, shit, goddamn. So I don't think I was being recorded or anything. So it was like, I think I might do another one. Because it is a nice reminder of where you are in the pecking order and the hierarchy and shit. It's a nice... I'm glad I know, like, I'm definitely gauge myself right, but every now and then when I just go to the gym, I get like that thinking, just go try. My brain, just go try, see? And then it just doesn't work. So, yeah. But anyway, I want to talk about parenting. It's truly... Parenting is the elephant in the room everybody avoids, you know, because you can say we have the incel problem, the thought whore epidemic. Like, it's they have a source. Like, we know they're here.
Thought
we know
whore
that there are people
epidemic
here who are creating these problems. Because, like I said,
what?
now's the time of monsters. I really gotta look up that guy's last name. Gotta make that quote. But anyway, so we're in the time of monsters. You know, we have women producing and choosing criminals and creating more criminals, and it's all so terrible. And I have to wonder, who raised these people?
Women choosing and producing and raising criminals?
Who raised you? You know what I mean? People would always try to go back to the source, but since we have since we have a feminine government, we try to blur all so terrible. And I have to wonder, who raised these people? You know, because in the past, that's what you should say, like, is that where you get that from? Who raised you? You know what I mean? People would always try to go back to the source. But since we have women, since we have a feminine government, we try to blur.
He said we have. I was in my recommended. I have no idea. He said we have a feminine government. What?
The source of a problem is just saying, oh, you're insecure. Oh, who hurt you? When really we have to look at what's causing this shit. Because guys, if you're an incel,
it's not
your parents failed their job. You know,
no.
Like they failed. Because remember, they forced you here. You know, your parents should always want you to have a healthy family, to be someone that's attractive to the opposite sex, to be competent, to be intelligent, you know, to be fit, to be ready when it's your time. And we know women are just terrible leaders and they should never have power. But guys, how women underperform in relationships, it translates, it goes into everything else that they do, especially with children.
We know that women are terrible leaders and should never be in power.
They're raising all these fucking mentally ill, suicidal, depressed kids. Like this parenting shit, it's the biggest job, and I feel like we really don't focus on how we can fix parenting. And this is a reason why I follow Stefan Molyneux, like, because he had a daughter. He said he wanted more kids, but he had kids in his 30s and shit, and that makes sense. And he says his daughter's gonna have kids early. Like, I'm thinking like it almost like she has, as soon as she's like 18, 19, I'm like, I guess he wants to have grandkids, you know. But I like listening to when they do shows together, because it just shows me that like there is a fucking better way. Like he wrote a book called Peaceful Parenting. Well, he's writing it, I think. I haven't read it, but I don't think he finished it. But the point is that I like his example of like having these rules and saying how.
Wait, is that what he wrote?
Like raising.
Wait, he
ever before.
Oh, shit.
He's writing it, I think. I haven't read it, but I don't think.
Wait, he's talking about Stephen Molly memes. Oh no.
He finished it, but the point is that I like his example of like having these rules and saying how you like raising kids to be leaders who don't need you. And guys, like at the grocery store, I'm gonna work that job today, but like there's just one guy who comes in, white guy. He has to be like 6'4", 6'5", full head of hair, clear skin, right? But he's always there with his mom, and he has this like this one squint, like I know what it is. It's to hide rage and confusion. You know what I mean? It's to hide rage and confusion or resentment. And he's like this. It's like it's like almost like his eyes are closed. I think you know what I'm talking about. Like, and she'll come in, his mom, and she'll fucking order something, or like she'll have to repeat herself to him and some shit. It's like I can tell it just like pisses him the fuck off, and it's just like. But women will raise their sons to be the men who take care of them. If women, because guys, women have failed to impress men. Understand something? Women have safely chose the government, which is unsustainable, which is going to collapse eventually, and we're probably going to see it in our lifetime, right? But since women don't have,
oh, this is a gold mine. What is it? Okay, I have to run this back. He said a lot of shit there. He said like a lot of shit there.
Full head of hair, clear skin, right? But he's always there.
This
with
is
his
a white
mom,
guy.
and
He's talking about a white guy, and he's saying, you know, he's attractive, an attractive white guy who's tall, Giga Chad white guy. Okay, here we go. Yeah.
This one squint, like I know it is.
Because he's angry at his
confusion.
mother.
You know what I mean? It's the hide rage and confusion or resentment. And he's like this. It's like it's like almost like his eyes are closed. I think you know what I'm talking about. Like, and she'll come in, his mom, and she'll fucking order something, or like she'll have to repeat herself to him and some shit. It's like I can tell it just like pisses him the fuck off, and it's just like. But women will raise their sons to be the men who take care of them. If women, because guys, women have failed to impress men. Understand something? Women have safely chose the government, which is unsustainable, which is going to collapse eventually, and we're probably going to see it in our lifetime, right? But since women don't have the need or the desire to impress men and be upstanding human beings, they now instill their children with delusional fantasies, because that's what the women will dive into, delusional fantasies, and they think that they can actually be these creatures who can live free, healthy, safe lives without us. Guys, they absolutely need us, and if they stay, if women get too far away from men, they end up destroying themselves. Understand something, like there's a lot of stories about like women like wandering off into the forest, and like I'm telling you, like they really, you saw this shit with, I forgot what it is, like Naked and Afraid, or it was a men's group and a women's group, and the women were just fucking terrible. Like, guys, like they really fucking need us. Like this society, this government has put on a good front, making them think that they don't need us, but they do need us, right? But anyway,
There's lots of instances of women wandering into the forest. If there aren't men around, women just go, I'm so confused, and they wander into the forest. He's making a 6-course dinner of only Cobra style plates. He's cooking a banquet that no one wants. I got laid and I'm like a 6. You have no reason to complain. Yeah, this dude is not even unattractive. He's just... God, I feel like, and I hate to say it, chat, I feel like this is some kind of like... This is uncontrolled, unfettered autism that doesn't get like direction from people with empathy.
women have basically put themselves in a place where they automatically get custody of the kids, and they have been destroying kids for a very long time. I'm not saying all men parents are perfect, but men, like I said, we can at least hold men accountable. You know what I mean? If men
Women are the ones destroying... Yes. Yeah, women notoriously are the ones destroying families and being abusive and domestic.
are bad
Jesus
parents,
Christ.
we can hold them accountable, and they get punished for that. But women being bad parents, we just continue to give them the pass on just underperforming for generations. Women have been underperforming with parenting for generations.
What?
I'll tell you, if you might have heard this before, but just in case you didn't hear it before. So I got bullied, bad grades in school. I was shitty at math. So my dad was actually a math teacher, and my mom was asking me how to spell words when I was fucking 8 years old, and that was fucking depressing as shit. And instead of just letting me go live with my dad for like a year or two to like get better and shit, she never did that. And like I just got terrible, and like and she knew she wasn't like, she would try to make me read books, but she never read books. Like I couldn't like listen to you because you're trying to, like, you're like, it just doesn't make sense that you have women trying to play this role that they're not really meant for. They're not the best teachers, okay? The women are good for when the children are like babies, need to be breastfed and shit. But once the kid is like 5 and shit, like the kids need to start being around people who actually understand life. Women don't understand the harsh realities of life because they're protected from it. So therefore, they're not the best teachers. Women can really only teach from a standpoint of delusion. And you saw this shit with the bitch from MIT who fucking plagiarized, and that's how she... Like, guys, understand something. Everything is fake and gay. Everything. But it starts at home. It starts at home with this fucking parenting. That, and like I just got terrible, and like and she knew she wasn't like...
It started with that bitch in MIT. Everything is fake and gay. Oh my god.
Make me read books, but she never read.
Bro is schizo posting in black and white in the middle of an elementary school park.
Books.
Like, what
like,
is
I couldn't
happening?
Like listen to you because you're trying to, like, you're like, it just doesn't make sense that you have women trying to play this role that they're not really meant for. They're not the best teachers, okay?
Yeah. You on the other hand,
the children are like
you
babies,
on the
need
other
to be
hand,
breastfed
you
and
know a
shit.
lot.
Once the kid is like 5,
You
and
know a
shit,
lot of
like,
stuff.
The kids need to
You're
start being
smart-
around people
you're
who
a
actually
smart
understand
guy.
life. Women don't understand the harsh realities of life because they're protected from it. So therefore, they're not the best teachers. Women can really only teach from a standpoint of delusion. And you saw this shit with the bitch from MIT who fucking plagiarized, and that's how she... Like, guys, understand something. Everything is fake and gay. Everything.
Calling women
but
bitches
it starts at home. It starts at home with this
is
fucking
definitely
parenting shit,
gonna
because
get you
guys, like,
somewhere
if you're
with
an
women.
incel black pill guy, Your parents failed you. Like the shit with Gypsy Rose, I told you. Dee Dee Blanchard, which was Gypsy Rose's mom, Dee Dee was trying to make her daughter an incel, and her daughter was trying to find love, like, and she got some guy online to come and, like, it was, that's what single mothers do, bro. Like, we just, custody needs to go back to the father. It really does, because unless we fix parenting, there's no need in trying to fix everything else, because if we can just fix parenting, everything else will just fall right into place. Because I know I had terrible parenting. You know what I mean? I confronted my mom about it. She didn't want to fucking address it. But now I know where the ball was dropped. And if I ever have kids, I'll do a better job at fucking vetting. I know, like, I got a career goal now. I think I've everything set up and planned up to where I actually want to have a good family. But I studied, like,
This is literally
and I'm sure
just.
a lot of incel guys, you know, it's like, you know that, like, your family dropped the ball too, because
I wish this guy had a Twitch stream because he's streaming right now, but he ain't got a chat to push back on. This is amazing.
like, if I knew I had an ugly son, what I would do is I would make him get really good at a highly payable skill that will give him the money to get any woman he needs, because if I know my son won't have the looks, then I at least have to give him the knowledge, because if you have the knowledge, you don't really need the looks. Now, a lot of guys like me, we try to get the knowledge. Like, now I'm trying to work out and do all this shit and all this thing, you know, the knowledge to get the power to get the money and all that shit. But if we could all just get it off of looks, wouldn't we? But it's no way. It's no fucking way. And so now men who don't have the looks should.
Bro, like, you're not ugly. You look like the same as me if you didn't have this horrible up angle, whatever you're doing. Shave the beard. Trim that shit. Find clothes that fit you. Stop being cringe. And, you know, yeah, keep going to the gym and don't approach women at the gym. No one wants to be approached at the gym. Just don't be cringe. Shower. Find a hobby. Like, it's always the incels that think they're so fucking ugly and they're like normal looking dudes. Like, I am not that attractive compared to people who think I am because I go on dates with all these women and all this stuff. You know what I have? I have confidence from just practicing. It's literally, that's it. There is nothing special about me. I just have tried a lot. It's crazy. Initiative. Therapy. Like, bro, I became more attractive the more, like, confident and level-headed I got. Like, I don't think that's unachievable. There's a lot of things about me that I get rejected for, like my height, right? Like, that's a big thing on these dating apps. Like, I'm 5'8". No, that's not tall enough, right? And often I will get rejected because of that. Not often, but, like, I can tell when people are like, I'm 5'10", you better be taller. I'm like, okay, well, clearly. Yeah, no, there's people who are like, I want someone over 6 feet, you know, that kind of thing. And I'm like, okay, well, I swipe left on them. But I've also dated people who are taller than me. It is insane. I mean, yeah, some women have crazy height standards, and some men do as well, and they want, like, women who are only, like, under 5 feet or under 5'2" or some bullshit. And I don't care. Like, I would date someone who's taller than me. I would date someone who's shorter than me. It doesn't matter. And I've been with a woman who was like 6'1" or something, and didn't bother me at all. It's about confidence. It's just about being like, yeah, this is like a normal thing. I live in reality. We're not in a, you know, a fucking nature documentary. Like, people have so many different preferences. It shouldn't matter. If it matters to someone else, I don't care. You know what I mean? Like, if height matters so much to someone that they put it in their profile, like, if someone, basically, I don't know, women, if you do this, know that some men will ignore you. Like, if you put your height in your profile, the assumption is you want someone who's taller than you. I don't care how much I match with them and other things, I usually just like disregard them. I'm like, I don't care, because to me that's superficial, and it tells a lot about someone when the first thing they talk about is like a physical characteristic about themselves. Like, I don't care like if you're taller or shorter. This guy is so concerned with, you know, looking or acting a certain way, or like he's ugly so he has to get smarter, which just disregards when women who are extremely intelligent, doctors who are beautiful, like, what does that mean? Like, did they not have to also work hard? Like, that's crazy to say that these people get you know, free reign in society, because an attractive woman is often questioned for her, you know, intelligence. Like, oh, like, are you sure you can do that, right? Like, it goes both ways. Like, people who are attracted get thought of as they're like stupid, or they got a free ride. I'm not planning that on myself, trust me. I don't think I'm all that special, but there are beautiful people that I'm like, you know, you have a knee-jerk reaction and think, oh, they must have gotten that because of their looks. No, some people are just lucky. They have looks and they have intelligence. If you can either accept that or suck it up, or you can suck it up or wallow in that. Like, this guy is, incels are so,
You know, get skills, but it's I feel like it's better to learn that early on, because I feel like I'm just now, like I said, I'm 28, I'll be 29 this year.
28.
I feel like now I'm just starting to get it, but maybe that's what happens when you get closer to 30. Like, you realize like you're about to lose half your life, you know, like now your other half of your life. But like, I'm starting to like really understand like where I need to be, and if I become a parent, what I have to do. Because guys,
Oh my.
we have to solve this problem, yes, but if we solve this problem without understanding how we got to this problem, then it'll be for nothing, because it'll just replicate itself. It'll just come back. It'll be reborn, resummoned, whatever the fuck you want to call it. It'll just come back until we understand the origin and actually deal with it the first time. Because
It's capitalism.
I told you guys, like,
you're not-
my mother, she told me this fucking lie, and I believed it till I was a fucking teenager, because I was dumb. Like, as a kid, you don't think your mother, your parents will lie to you, but understand that a lot of you have parents who actually get off on your pain and suffering. They get off on torturing you. You may not realize it, but there are a lot of parents who actually fucking do this shit, okay? This isn't me bitching or complaining. This is just me saying the fucking truth. There are a lot of people out here who are unfit to fucking breed. They don't read any books. We know that less people fucking read more than ever before. We have people who basically never do any fucking reading, and you have all these people who didn't pick up any parenting books breeding like fucking rats, and you wonder why we have this fucking problem. But we have this thing where we have parents who love to torture their children. And I told you this, I said it before in the past.
Reading books is the only thing he thinks is a sign of intelligence.
When I was 4 years old, that if I stick my dick inside of a girl, it's gonna fall off. I actually believe that. That's actually setting your fucking, that's almost like setting your kid up to be gay or some shit like that. But she actually said that to me, and she never explained why. Like, bro, when I had a conversation with my mom as to why she did what the fuck she did, she did not have an answer. She couldn't explain none of it. So and guys, understand this. We have this thing where there are parents right now who are doing all these things.
I mean,
that
his
they're
mom
not gonna have the
sounds-
heart to answer to when their child is a fucking adult. I guarantee. I'm not gonna. Like, all these fucking women who sell porn and shit, right? When their kids confront them, I wonder what the fuck they're gonna say. Like, it's all, I tried my best, I did my. No, that's not an excuse, guys. That's not. Ignorance is not a fucking excuse, because when you were a child, was your ignorance an excuse? No, you still got your ass beat, or at least I fucking did. Me not knowing, me not having an answer, me fucking saying I tried my best, I'm sorry, that wasn't enough. I still got fucking beat. I still got fucking hurt. And
Yeah, that
now
means you
just
need to go
have
to
these
therapy.
Women out here, well, you have some men doing it too, but I think it's far less. I mean, of course there are some evil piece of shit men out there, but I really think that women, honestly, vastly outnumber those men. But we just give them a pass because
Dog, you need therapy. That's it. You need therapy.
And that's another thing with like parenting too, is like the fact that so many parents are sending their kids to public school lets me know that we're really failing, because every week on Twitter there's all this, at least every week, if you are on Twitter, you know what I'm talking about. If you follow any of the major news fucking Twitter accounts, it's always a woman who fucked a middle schooler every week. And it's like, how do y'all bitches, how do parents see this shit and say, no, I'm gonna keep sending my kid to school? What the fuck? It's like, it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. And I really feel like a lot of kids, and
It's
and
always
this is why
women.
I feel like we just have this incel problem now, because people are so
Bro, the
used to
biggest
every,
pedophile
like,
in
men,
history, Jeffrey Epstein, was a fucking math teacher. A man. What do you...
especially are so used to like their parents not giving a fuck about them, society not giving a fuck about them. So then they go out into this world and they don't even think they deserve a woman, because like for a long time I was really that way. Like I didn't even think, like I would approach girls, like when I approached that girl yesterday at the gym, like I think she could sense the fact that I was nervous, you know what I mean? Like I was like, hey, I'm about to go, I saw you look really nice, I just had to get your number. She's like, but I was like nervous when I said it, but you know what I mean? Like, I just didn't believe it. You know what I mean? I just didn't fucking believe it. But I just feel like there's just a lot of guys, I honestly think, like, who don't... Have you ever had this thing where you want better than what you have, but in your heart of hearts, you don't believe you deserve it? Have you ever had that?
It's called self-esteem.
I feel
Go
like
to
that's what
therapy.
like a lot of people, a lot of adults have now, is that they want better, because a lot of people can say what they want, but many people don't know how to fucking get it, or when they do get it, it's like, it's so like nerve-wracking, you know what I mean? It's so like, I hope, what is he talking about?
Thank you, Malformed, for the
You're off the
for the
deep
gift
end.
sub
What the
to
fuck?
Sisyphus on break.
This guy's never on point. But like I mean this.
Chat, I think this guy might have some kind of like BPD
There are so many
or something.
people will say there's good women out there.
He
But
seems
how many good women have you met? Like women that look...
like he seems more than just an incel. He seems like he might have some sort of underlying paranoid delusion.
beautiful, but their minds are just completely fucked up. Like how many have you met that like
He needs therapy.
they have all the...
Like, if he was talking to a therapist right now, he or she or they could contextualize all of this and be like, don't you think a lot of this comes from specific trauma with your family and not necessarily all women, and now you're projecting that, right? Maybe we should work on, you know, like that kind of things. Like,
these bad abusive relationships, and then you have to be this guy where you have to pretend to be this cold, callous man, and she'll complain about you, but she'll stick around and give you all the sex that you want, but you have to be this person that you... Because me, I told you I'm a simp, and I was raised that way by my mom, and I have to fight that program, and every day it's almost like fighting a drug habit. Like every day you just have to like fight it, you know what I mean? Because I've simped for a lot of my life, and it never really got me anywhere. It hasn't really got me anything. It's just got me used. It's got me used and hasn't really got me anything. And I realized I was...
You're saying you're a
trained
simp? You mean you're
to-
like respecting women?
to be that way by my mother, because my mother wasn't able to secure a man, and she wasn't able to make me fucking stay and take care of her, but she got my brother, even though she berates my brother all the fucking time, and he still just takes care of her. And it's just like, she accomplished her goal. Like she wasn't able to get a man, but she was able to fucking get my brother to fucking take care of her. It's like, it's, you know what I mean? Like, it's this bad parenting thing, because women, like, we know the son husband thing, but it's also how women will also, they'll do the same thing to their daughters. But women will actually fight. Like I said, the domestic violence rate with women is just really high. So daughters will fight back against their mothers. You know, that like they'll like, men I don't think will really fight back as much against their moms, because men have this thing where they'll feel guilty for hitting their mom or some shit like that, or doing... But women, like daughters, like I got 2 sisters. Let me just, I'll just leave it at that. If you have sisters, you know that they'll get into it with their mom, you know. But women just did such a job in brainwashing kids, because here's the thing, like women will abuse the shit out
So
of their
he
daughters.
has 2 sisters, but like, how does he... And his sisters stood up to his probably narcissistic and abusive mother, sounds like, maybe. Could be. So the sisters pushed back on that. Why doesn't that make women powerful? Because they pushed back. What are you trying to say here? Like,
will keep the secret of never mentioning how bad their mothers treat them, right? And then those same women who got abused by their moms will call men who call out the abuse of women misogyny, knowing full well those men are fucking right. So, but that's what you have when you have women.
oh, there we go. There's his...
in charge, in power, because women will have this thing where they'll abuse you and they'll trick you into never calling them out, especially when you're a kid, because how else could we have gotten this fucking bad? Because men were raised to not go against their fucking mothers, even though we love women, but women don't deserve the rights to power because they never really have to fight for it. They don't pay the ultimate price for it. Women are raised and trained since birth to fuck the guy who kills you, okay? Understand that. So their loyalty really isn't inherent. So women really don't have inherent loyalty, which means they don't have inherent loyalty to their kids. They will manipulate their kids and make their kids' life miserable if it means that they will be taken care of. Because women always put themselves first. And if you think about it, when we evacuate a building, it's women and children. We put women fucking before children. I'm just saying, can we put children in front of women?
Bro, it's women and children, the most vulnerable. It's not women before children. It's not the order is women and then children. It's probably children then women, but it's a turn of phrase. We say women and children. Huh?
No, guys. I feel like a lot of people just try to, you want to love the child through the mother. I think that's true to a degree, but I also think women really, how about this? If a woman's gonna actually raise a child, she needs to be under the guidance and supervision of a man at all costs. Because a man pays the price for when he's wrong. A woman does not pay the price if a woman pays the price for being wrong, it's usually if she's old and ugly. If she's beautiful, she usually does not have to pay the price for being wrong. So you have women who will oftentimes manipulate and use their beauty to fucking manipulate reality. And they'll think children, and since children will see their mother do that, they think that's how you fucking win at life. No, that's not how you can do that. Your mother isn't telling you that she has this pussy past, and because you don't see her being a whore, she's using her beauty and vanity to get away with shit that a man would never even dare to get away with.
Yeah, men.
And that's why you have kids who don't want to fucking work because they see their mom get away with not fucking working and having a good life. And you just have everybody who wants to be on fucking disability. And it's just bad. Like, it's like a man being raised by a mom, it's just bad all around because a boy cannot model a woman's mating strategy. You know what I mean? It's just... we just really need to give custody back to the father. And you could say the father might be more harsh, but a father will instill discipline that will give you the fruits to success later on in life. I really don't know very many disciplined women. I know women can be disciplined at being undisciplined. Women are disciplined at being whores, fat, thoughts, greeting, eating monsters that get tattoos and run up STDs and have a fucking shoe size higher than their body count, probably 10 times higher than their body count, and they've gotten all these abortions and their wombs are just graveyards, and it looks like it's a graveyard. It's a snow globe. It's a graveyard covered in snow, but the snow is semen.
He is cooking, dude.
That's what a lot of these women's look like, and then
he's running.
They fucking
that was bars. Okay, let's go back.
Because a man pays the price for when he's wrong.
Let's hear. This was good. This was good. This was a lot.
And that's why you have kids who don't want to fucking work because they see their mom get away with not fucking working and having a good life. And
yeah, he went like
everybody who wants to.
He went full ramble. I'm gonna throw all the incel talking points. Just bam, 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 bam. Like, watch. This is
be on fucking disability, and it's just bad. Like, it's like. a man being raised by a mom is just bad all around, because a boy cannot model a woman's mating strategy. You know what I mean? It's just, we just really need to give custody back to the father. And you could say the father might be more harsh, but a father will instill discipline that will give you the fruits to success later on in life. I really don't know very many disciplined women. I know women can be disciplined at being undisciplined. Women are disciplined at being whores, fat, thoughts, greeting, eating monsters that get tattoos and run up STDs and have a fucking shoe size higher than their body count, probably 10 times higher than their body count, and they've gotten all these abortions and their wombs are just graveyards, and it looks like it's a graveyard. It's a snow globe. It's a graveyard covered in snow, but the snow is semen. Okay, that's what a lot of these women's wombs look like. And then they fucking waste their years getting ran through and chopped down and getting their face cummed on, and by the time they're like 37 or 40, they finally want to get married. But no, it's just, no, it's like, it's bad parenting all around. And like the women who do that shit, who run up their body count and be fucking whores and shit, they're disgusting human beings. But the people who let them become that way, like I said, it's parenting. Like can we all be honest? Let's say, look, if your parents failed you, okay, and they tried their best. No, that's not an excuse. No, because you trying your best when you were a child, you trying your best. Did they buy that? No. I'm sorry, I didn't know. No, that was not a fucking excuse. Hold these people accountable. Like I said, it's my mission in life to not fucking replicate the terrible childhood that I fucking had. Like, honestly, really. I mean, parenting. The parenting was just, that's really the best thing. If we could get parenting. But see, the thing is that women have dropped the bar so low, and since men simp for them, men will simp for the subpar parenting that they have, because they have this irrational, illogical love for their mother that really can't be questioned, because they didn't gain it by value, that it was forced upon them and it never really left them. And that's how you, because honestly, guys, like, I feel like a lot of people in general, adults now, their parents actually live inside of them, and they're actually making the choices for them. Like the parenting shit, like, you were programmed. Like, you have to understand where that came from. And of course you're responsible for your decisions, but understand how you got that way, because you didn't create yourself. So you have to understand that there are people responsible for you. And why didn't they set you up? Why did all these parents send their kids off to fucking college knowing their kids were fucking dumb? I did terrible in school. My family's gonna tell me to go to college? What the fuck? Like, that didn't make any sense. But understand, like, women are so good at making sense. And when you're raised in a world that doesn't make sense, and you have a family that doesn't make sense, they give you advice that doesn't make sense, you just don't question shit. If shit makes sense to you, if you start hearing shit that makes sense, you immediately go against it and think it's a trap. Because that's what women have the ability to do, because they are just so fucking chaotic. They are so fucking irrational. And honestly, we're dooming this country by letting them raise kids. Like, custody really needs to go back to the fucking father. Because men really know how to instill actual discipline in children. We know this. We know this. That's it. Because if we get parenting down, we end the incel crisis, we end the thought crisis, we finally fucking have stability. And that's it, man. I just, like, to me, it's all about parenting at the end of the day. Like, that's really what I feel like it is. And bad parenting is really the fucking bane of my existence. It's been dragging down society for so long now, and we have all this evidence, and it's been the women who have a majority of time with kids, and we see that they beat up babies and kill them, and they're responsible for 82% of child murder. But it's like, and that should piss off more men when I say that, but it doesn't really enrage them. I think they think it's okay. It's like, no, because all we're doing is we're letting women abuse and create criminals and breed more criminals that are going to try to take from you and rob from you. But if we could just fix parenting and we can eradicate the problem, and in due time we'll have a peaceful fucking society. But it sounds like a fucking pipe dream, doesn't it? Especially with what's coming, because what's coming is going to be chaos and utter collapse. But I think once the collapse is over with, and and we're finally rebuilding, we can actually address the real issue, which is fucking parenting. Because I'm telling you guys, if you're an incel black pill, like, you've been let down by your parents. Yes, you're responsible for your life and it's your job to fix it, but understand how the fuck you got here. Understand that shit. I told you, I confronted my parents. I'm not some guy who's saying this shit who didn't fucking, I walked the walk. I did it. But that's it, guys. Bad parenting is why we have this incel crisis. If you didn't know, now you know. Thank you for watching this video the whole way through. I greatly appreciate it. Make sure to like and subscribe. It does mean a lot to me. I'm grateful that there's people listening to the shit my black ass has to say. But yeah, so anyway, I'll see you next time. Have a good one. God bless. Thanks again.
That was artful.